Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the signal flow graphs. Signal flow graphs are an alternative to the block diagrams. It is a graphical representation of the system. In block diagrams, we have blocks, also called the systems, signals, summing junction, and pickoff points. Whereas in the signal flow graph, the blocks or the subsystem is replaced with a branch and the signals are replaced with the nodes. Here we have transfer function or the system G of S. In the signal flow graph, it is represented with a arrow, a line with an arrow, and it is called branch. Whereas the signal which was represented with the line and the arrow in the block diagram is now represented with a node V of S. Let's take an example. For example, here we have a input R of S. Let's write here the input R of S, the system is G of S, output is C of S. This is representation in the block diagram. Now we will convert this block diagram into signal flow graph. R of S, our input R of S is in the form of signal. This will now be replaced with a node and we will write R of S here. The output C of S, output signal C of S is now represented with a node C of S. The system G of S will now be replaced with a branch, a line with a arrow. Here we have R of S. Output C of S, and our system will be represented with a branch G of S. So this is the way by which we convert our block diagrams to the signal flow graph. Now we will solve two examples that will help us further to convert these block diagrams to the signal flow graphs. So let's do our first example. system or the transfer function is represented here, signals as node, and interconnection of signal and system is represented here. Now V of S, the node, will be equal to the product of R1 of S multiplied with G1 of S. Similarly, R2 of S multiplied with minus G2 of S will also be added. The node will also know at V of S, this will be equal to the sum of products. Like this, V of S will be equal to the sum of products. Products of what? Product of node and the branch. The sign is represented on the branch because now we don't have summing junction and pickoff points. And C1 of S. Here C1 of S is only equal to the product of V of S multiplied with G4 of S. Similarly, C2 is equal to V of S multiplied with G5 of S, and the last C3 is equal to minus G6 multiplied with V of S. The negative sign is associated with the system and not with a summing junction. The negative sign will be represented here on the system, and this node will not have the positive and negative signs. So let's solve our first example. The familiar forms which we have studied previously, cascaded form, parallel form, and the feedback form, will now be represented in the signal flow graphs one by one. In this cascaded form, we have one input, one R of S, the output C of S, and three subsystems, G1 of S, G2 of S, G3 of S. And here we have a signal V2 of S and V1 of S. So because we have 4 signals, so in the signal flow graph we will have 4 nodes, each representing the signal, like this. And because we have 3 subsystems, so we will have 3 branches, G1 of S, G2 of S, and G3 of S, like this. Simply, we have converted our cascaded subsystem represented in the form of block diagram to a signal flow graph. Now we will convert our parallel subsystems into signal flow graph. First of all, we will see how many signals we have. We will convert these signals into nodes. So we have R of S. Forget this pickoff point. Only see how many signals, because here we have R of S, here we have R of S. So this is only one signal. Here we will have 3 signals, X1 of S, X2 of S, and X3 of S. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is our 5th signal. So we will have 5 nodes here in the parallel subsystem, like this. How many subsystems we have? We have 3 subsystems. So we will have 3 branches with subsystem G1, G2, and G3. Now, because here we will have one signal and here we have second signal, and we have to replace this summing junction. So to replace the summing junction, we need unity gains. Because we cannot represent our sign here, So we will need these branches to represent the sign. Here we can have positive or negative sign, +1 or -1. Here we can also have positive or negative sign, and here we can also have positive or negative sign. So the unity gain will be used to represent the sign. We can also eliminate this by multiplying these two in the simplified variant, which we will see in the next example. But first we can write this for our convenience, and then we can simplify this by eliminating this node. The third familiar form is the feedback control system. So let's solve it. The feedback control system is represented in the form of block diagram. We have to convert this into the signal flow graph. So remember our first step. Our first step is how many signals we have. We have R of S, E of S, and C of S. Signals is equal to node. So we will have 3 nodes. How many system we have? We have two subsystems, G of S and H of S. So we will have 2 branches. But where we will place our branch? R of S to E of S is related with the summing junction. So we will require here a unity gain to represent the sign. Because it is positive, so here we will have a unity gain. Next, from E of S to C of S is related with a subsystem G of S. So here we will have G of S, a branch like this. From C of S, here we can write a signal. We can name here any v1 of s, anything, any variable, and instead of one step we can solve this in 2 steps, but we have simplified presenting both the feedback sign and the system. From C of S to E of S, H of S and the sign, we have combined these. Instead of 2 steps we have solved with 1 step only, so minus H of S. This can be also written as C of S to, here we have for example a node and H of S and feedback, positive or negative sign, because mostly feedback is negative, so we write negative sign -1. So these two are simplified in one branch, and it is written as minus H of S. Let's solve our second example. We have previously solved in the previous lecture in the form of block diagram. We converted this block diagram into one transfer function by reducing by the method of reduction of block diagrams. In this example, we will convert the block diagram to signal flow graph. So let's solve this. To convert block diagram to signal flow graph, I have already told you to write, first of all, we will, if we have not given the nodes, we will write the nodes, means we will write the signal name on the signals, and these will be represented in the form of nodes. So we, in this example, we have already given the signals, so count these signals: 1 R of S, V1 of S, V2, V3, V4 of S, V5 of S, V6 of S, V7 and V8, and the last output signal is C of S. So total we have 10 signals, 10 nodes. Okay, so we'll write 10 nodes. Now R of S to V1 of S will be converted using a unity gain, V1 to V2 using G1 of S, V2 to V3 using unity gain, V3 to V4 using G2 of S. Here we will have a branch of G2 of S, again unity gain, and G3. From output to V8 we have H3, and then from V8 to V5 -1. So let's solve this. You can see this, where we have summing junction, we write +1 or -1 for the sign of the summing junction. R of S is positive, so we have +1, and feedback is negative, so we have -1 here. G of 1 of S, again 1 for the positive sign, then G2 of S for this branch, +1 from V4 to V5. From V5 to output C of S, we have branch G3 of S. From output C of S to feedback V8, we have feedback function A3 of S, and for the sign we will use -1, negative feedback. Here we have a pick off point V3 to V5. It has a positive sign, so we will represent V3 to V5 with a +1. V4 to V7 is converted is using a H2 of S subsystem, and again negative feedback, and the last step is V4 to V6 using H1, and V6 to V1 using -1. So instead of two steps, when you have practice of this, you can write in one step. Instead of these two branches, you can write one, but for the practice purposes, when you are not much practice with this signal flow graph, you should write in two steps and then convert it into one. So let's simplify it. This is our signal flow graph. Now we have simplified this signal flow graph by eliminating this unity gain, multiplying with, it's like cascaded form. So we have multiply with G1 with 1, so it's plus G1 of S, and here we will have minus H3 of S, here we will have minus H2 of S, and here we will have minus H1 of S. So this is our signal flow graph that is simplified. Let's recap our today's lecture. In our today's lecture, we have converted our block diagrams into signal flow graphs. We require node and branches. All the signals in our block diagram will be represented as nodes, and all our subsystems or system will be represented in the form of branches. In the next lecture, we will discuss Mason's rule to convert this signal flow graph into a transfer function. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.